It was a calm evening flight from Tokyo to Los Angeles. The first-class cabin of the luxurious aircraft hummed softly with the quiet elegance of wealth, glass clinks, hushed voices, and the occasional rustle of designer clothing. Among the few passengers seated in the spacious section were two of the world's most recognizable figures, Elon Musk, the tech visionary, and Keanu Reeves, the beloved actor known for his humility as much as his action films. Elon Musk, wearing his usual confident smirk and a tailored black blazer, was glancing around the cabin, his sharp eyes catching the details of everything, from the configuration of the seats to the attire of the other passengers. That's when he noticed Keanu Reeves sitting a few seats away, quietly reading a book with an old leather cover. Around Keanu's neck hung a simple, worn necklace. It looked almost homemade, something with a rough, carved pendant and beads that didn't match. Elon leaned over to the passenger beside him, a well-known venture capitalist, and whispered, not too quietly, "Look at that necklace. You'd think someone with his net worth would wear something a bit more 21st century." The remark floated just loud enough to be caught by a couple of nearby passengers, and perhaps even Keanu himself, though he gave no sign of hearing it. He turned a page in his book calmly, his expression serene. A flight attendant approached, offering champagne. Elon accepted a glass and took a sip, clearly amused with himself. The room felt a little colder, though no one said anything. The laughter from Elon was subtle but unmistakable, his ego filling the space like fog. Minutes passed. Keanu closed his book slowly and looked up. His eyes met Elon's, not with anger or embarrassment, but with a calm curiosity, like a teacher about to answer a student's foolish question. "This necklace," Keanu began in his signature gentle voice, "was made by a child in a Cambodian village I visited years ago. She gave it to me after I helped rebuild their local school, the only one for miles. Her father had died in a flood the year before. I wore this necklace at the opening of the school, and she told me it would bring protection." The cabin grew silent. "I wear it," Keanu continued, "because it reminds me of the people who don't have the privileges we do. Of what it means to do something for someone else, even if no one's watching. It grounds me, reminds me of who I was before all of this." He motioned vaguely around, including the plush seats, the gold-rimmed champagne flutes, the artificial warmth of status. Elon didn't have a comeback. His smirk had vanished, replaced by a stiff, unreadable look. He glanced away, focusing on the window, the clouds, anything but the man sitting across from him whose words carried more weight than any rocket launch. The rest of the flight was quiet. Elon stayed mostly to himself, occasionally typing on his phone but with noticeably less energy. Keanu returned to his book, the small, weathered necklace still resting gently against his chest. By the time they landed in Los Angeles, the story of that brief conversation had already started to spread among the elite circles. Some called it a lesson in humility. Others called it a reminder that true class is silent. It doesn't need to boast, it doesn't need to mock. And as they both stepped off the plane and went their separate ways into the flashing cameras and luxury cars, it was Keanu's calm, kind presence, not Elon's bravado, that stayed with everyone who had witnessed that moment.